Welcome to VERMES Microdispensing here at SMT Connect. I'm joined by Michale Schneider to talk about some of the many valve configurations that you have under the VERMES banner. Now, the new technology you've got is called Dynamic
Shockwave Technology.
Shockwave Technology.
Yes.
Explain to our viewers what is Dynamic Shockwave.
Dynamic Shockwave Technology is the actuator system which we're using. Traditionally, we are using piezo stacks to run our valves. We are doing these valves since 20 years, and all of our valves were based on this technology in the past. And one of our latest developments, which was launched 2 years ago, is our 1560 series, which we developed for solder paste jetting. And for solder paste jetting, you cannot use piezo stacks. They are not ideal because you would then clog the nozzle inserts. So if you want to run a long time in the production department, then we needed another drive, which is softer. And then we developed our shockwave technology, which is based on air, so we're using air pressure, which then drives a nozzle insert which hits a tappet. And since it's air, it's a rather soft movement. We start softer. Piezo stack, you immediately get a lot of the full power immediately, and when you stop, it hits the nozzle insert. You also have then a high impact.
Right. So using the air or pneumatic style dispensing, you're able to work better with solder paste, which is of course small metal balls.
And these balls are also quite soft. So it's easy to crush the solder balls on the edges of the nozzle insert.
Okay.
And this is how this valve started. And then later on we discovered that in fact it also works on traditional materials which we jetted before, like UV glue, epoxy glue, silicones. Water. You can jet anything with it as well. It works quite well.
Really? So you can actually go down to something with as such a low center poise as water?
Yes, it also would work. It's of course not so popular, but in pharmaceutical industry we have watery solutions, low viscosity solutions, and then it could be used, but there would be better systems even to jet these low viscosity liquids.
So one of the key considerations when you're looking at valves is obviously the maintenance and cleaning and that type of thing.
The ease of use. This is very important for the operator, because the operator normally is not an engineer, especially not in China or Malaysia. They hire people from the street to work in the production line, and then it's very important that it's easy to mount and clean and use. And then this valve is especially easy to use. When you mount it, you don't have to do the adjust process anymore.
It's automatic.
This is automatic. Adjust means that the tappet. All our systems have a tappet and a nozzle insert, and when the tappet hits the nozzle insert, then you jet out the material. And at the beginning, when you mount it, then the system has to know the position of the tappet. So the tappet should close the nozzle insert so that it's not leaking. And our older systems, you have an adjust process. You turn a knob in order to tell the system when it's closed. And with this DST technology, it's automatically done because the air pressure would adjust the tappet, will close the tappet and push it onto the nozzle insert. And this is done then automatically.
So one thing with your new valve, though, it is a little bit bigger than traditional valves. So what do you do if you're working with a board where you have to get beside tall components next to small components and you need access?
So here we have the possibility to have a prolongation of the fluidic box here on the bottom. We can use a tappet which is 10 millimeter longer, and then everything here on the bottom is 10 millimeter moved downwards. And in addition, you can use a needle which is about 6-7 millimeters long in order to prolong it even a little bit more.
Okay, excellent.
And you can jet from any position, so you don't have to jet downwards, but you can even jet upside down. It would
Really?
also work. So you can turn it, as you see here, in any position you like. It would always work.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. So I believe you've also got another system, Michael, which deals with hot melt.
Yes, we have different hot melt systems. In case of this technology here, can show you a hot melt system. So
Yeah.
hot melt means that the material in the cartridge is solid, so we have to liquefy it by heating it up, and then we are using a big cartridge heater here.
Okay.
Inside the cartridge heater is the cartridge. We heat it up, in this case up to 220 degrees.
Okay.
So when we have
Viscous material.
a
that
very high melting point, we can use materials from Henkel, Technomelt, for example, and heat it up to 200 degrees. We have an additional heater here for the fluidic box, and this system is the valve is the same like here. So the valve has an integrated additional heater as well. So we have 3 heaters then.
3 heaters in
3 heaters in it.
Yeah. And
If you run a continuous process for 24 hours per day, 7 days per week, then then you have to replace, of course, the cartridge. And it's then possible also to have an adapter in this system to connect a hose, a heated hose, to a drum pump, which is then heated up.
Okay, so if you're doing very high volume, you can do that.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, good.
This is
So
our
lots of
hot melt.
versatile options there.
Yes.
And just a final thing, then I believe you're also expanding the company.
Yeah.
So what are your expansion plans?
Yeah, well, VERMES is an international company. We are based in Germany, but our traditional markets are China and Malaysia, so Southeast Asia, where the electronic industry is located. And what we observed that our biggest customers from the smartphone manufacturers, from Taiwan, for example, they are they received the wish from their customer to move to new countries in order to diversify. For example, we now open a new subsidiary in Bangalore, in India, where we have a 200 square meter office in Bangalore, and near Hanoi in Vietnam. We opened a smaller office, only 50 square meters, with a sales staff and a support staff in order to support customers who are then coming out of China. And because the supply chain is quite often still staying in China, but production is moving to Vietnam, for example, and then we have to be ready to support our customers then in these new markets
as
well.
You know, you're following your customers to where they're working. So that's great. So it's nice to hear about your success and your continued development of your valve technology.
Yes.
So I want to thank you, Michael, for showing us that today.
Yes, thank you very much.